He didn't come from a powerhouse, no blue blood college, and no early NBA spotlight, no instant super team. Damian Lillard built his name, brick by brick, belief by belief, shot by shot. Most players wait for recognition. He built before recognition. Recognition follows repetition. Repetition builds confidence. Confidence eliminates hesitation. He went to Weber State. Small program, small spotlight. But small spotlight builds internal validation. Internal validation is powerful. When you believe in yourself without external applause, you are dangerous. He entered the league overlooked, but not uncertain. Uncertainty creates caution. Caution limits aggression. He attacked. First game, first season. No fear. Fearlessness without preparation is reckless. Fearlessness with preparation is lethal. He prepared deeply. Range beyond comfort. Footwork refined. Conditioning sharpened. He expanded his range intentionally. Range expands pressure. When defenders must guard 30 feet out, space opens. Space creates advantage. Advantage builds confidence. Confidence builds clutch. Now understand this. Clutch is not luck. Clutch is identity. If you see yourself as the closer, you act like it. He acted like it from day one. He didn't wait for seniority. He didn't defer the moment. He demanded it. Demand creates expectation. Expectation changes mechanics. Expectation slows time. Time feels different in clutch moments. For some, it speeds up. For him, it slowed down. Slowed time builds precision. Precision builds history. He hit shots over defenders who knew what was coming. Deep threes, sidestep daggers, game winners. But here's the key. He shot with calm. Calm under pressure is mastery. He didn't over-celebrate before the shot dropped. He didn't flinch mid-release. Release was pure. Confidence in mechanics builds clutch consistency. He practiced deep shots relentlessly. Most players stay inside comfort range. He extended comfort. Extending comfort builds advantage. He trained shots others avoided. Avoidance builds limitation. Confrontation builds expansion. He confronted the moment. He waved goodbye. Not arrogance. Certainty. Certainty intimidates. Intimidation shifts energy. Energy shifts outcome. He remained loyal to Portland. Loyalty under pressure is rare. Most stars chase easier paths. Easier paths may build rings, but difficult paths build character. Character sustains identity. He embraced responsibility, embraced criticism, embraced burden. Burden refines leadership. Leadership builds trust. Trust builds culture. He didn't shrink in adversity. He grew sharper. Sharp focus under criticism builds resilience. Resilience sustains output. He used doubt as fuel. Fuel builds preparation. Preparation builds confidence. Confidence builds clutch. Now internalize this. You do not need a perfect path. You need relentless belief. You do not need validation. You need preparation. You do not need to wait your turn. You must claim it. Say this internally. I build before applause. I extend my range. I embrace the moment. I stay calm under pressure. I demand responsibility. I trust my preparation. I shoot with certainty. Because clutch is identity, and belief creates history. Your mindset is your edge. There comes a moment in every career when comfort tempts you, when the easier path appears, when joining forces promises quicker reward. For Damian Lillard, that moment came often. Free agency rumors, super team conversations, pressure from media, pressure from fans, pressure from narrative. But pressure reveals character. He chose loyalty, not because it was easier, but because it aligned with identity. Identity must be protected. When identity fractures, performance weakens. He valued building over borrowing. Building takes longer, but it builds depth. Depth builds resilience. Resilience sustains belief. He carried heavy expectations in Portland. Not just scoring, leadership, culture, standard. Being the face of a franchise requires mental endurance. Endurance builds stability. Stability builds
with
trust.
It, out on top to
Trust
Little. Over it
builds
comes
team
to Dame.
chemistry. Chemistry
Elevates for
builds
three. That's a
trust.
deep one, and he
Now
reeled
understand
it in.
game time.
Oh,
Game
man.
time is not a gimmick.
Garfield
It
High
is
School in
psychological preparation.
Dame double team, spins between defenders into the lane. He boulders right to the rack and laid it up and into this.
Clarity. Clarity eliminates noise. Noise creates hesitation.
Eason will give Dame to Christopher, and Christopher on his heels is listed at 226. He's every bit of that.
He practices those
Dame off the screen, leads into a triple shot.
See, like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Subconscious execution builds
Now he's got to finish the job, though.
Accuracy builds legend. When the clock winds down,
Watford.
he slows
Lillard
the
sets
team,
his feet, leans back
slows
and three.
breathing, stabilizes
Damian
the power.
Lillard.
Stable
7 threes on the night and 10
consistent
attempts. He
consistent
has
release builds
36.
reputation. Reputation
On this one,
intimidates
Dame kept
defenders.
moving.
Defenders
Nick's
play
pressure
tight.
didn't get a
Tight
good
defense opens fouls.
Until Dame
Fouls
gave the
create
ball up,
advantage.
and now
He doesn't rush
Right
the
at the
ball.
rim. Reddish
He
the other
trusts
way.
footwork. He trusts
Dame, a
balance.
deep one.
He trusts preparation.
Damian
trusts
Lillard from
Without
long
ruins, late
range,
game
way out in the deep
He
one.
doesn't shoot
normally
open.
makes.
He
He gets
shoots
guys
expected.
shots.
Expectation changes.
Yeah. It's one of those things where
Presence shifts energy.
the natural inclination is not to pick up from that point. So even as the Rockets are defending right with experience, and you learn, like, no, things are very different when he's out there.
Dame streaks to the cup.
Normal range feels easy. He trained the difficult, so the
Dame
moment
pops out, comes off the screen, shooting for
He
three.
remains
Drilled it.
composed in the elimination games.
Nothing
Composure
but
under
net for
elimination
Damian
builds
Lillard.
respect.
Lillard with 7
Respect
here
builds influence.
in the
Influence
quarter,
spreads
48 for the
to
game.
lost.
Gets it back
When
from
the
Watford.
leaders come, your team believes.
Steps back, tough mid-range. Got it.
Execution.
9 of his 50 points in the third.
Carries triples.
Off the screen for 3. Damian Lillard knocks down a triple. Lillard with his 10th three-pointer of the night. Drives inside, outside to Grant. Fakes, hangs, finds Dame. Step back 3. Powered it up and in.
Response builds growth.
And
Growth builds edge. Edge
Eubanks.
wins moments.
Dame
He
will bring it
doesn't
out of
beg for
backcourt.
recognition. He
Windmilling his
builds
arms.
undeniable
Blazers by 10. A
Production
burst into the lane.
science.
Flushed him with a right hand.
Narrative fades.
Damian Lillard
Identity
right down
remains.
the boulevard
He
with a
embraces
right hand jam.
responsibility.
And the foul.
Final possession. Pressure doesn't shrink him. It clarifies him. Clarity is lethal.
Wow.
Now internalize this. Loyalty builds depth.
He
Depth
got the
builds
running
resilience.
start.
Resilience builds
He's been
clutch
north of
identity.
60 4
Clutch
times.
identity builds
Knocks
legend.
this one down.
Say
Make it
this
5.
internally. I
60
stay loyal
points
to
for
my
Damian
stand.
Lillard.
I build before I buy. I
Drop the
stand.
screen.
I trust my preparation.
Tate with him. Sets his feet. Leans back for 3. Got
Embrace
Damian
responsibility.
Lillard a career
I shoot with
high.
certainty.
The
I
three-pointer
calm the
for
moment
Lillard is 12th of the
because
night.
clutch is constructive.
64
An
points for
identity
Damian Lillard in
defines legacy.
35 minutes, and the crowd is on their feet.
Is your edge.
The age of
The moment does
32.
not create you.
One of the great
It
scorers,
reveals
one of the great
you.
shooters
If you
of all
panic in
time.
pressure, it was already inside you. If you are calm
But then
in pressure,
physically, they're not
it
doing
was already
anything
built.
to then
Clutch
change
is not
what's
luck.
going to happen
Clutch
next.
is
And
rehearsed.
Corey, talk
You
about the
rehearse late-game
efficiency when you get a
scenarios
chance.
before they are
20 of
You
32,
imagine the clock
12 of
winding down.
19
You
from
imagine
3.
the defense switching. You imagine the crowd.
Lillard trying to get open, does. A
Visualization
3 in his
builds
sights.
familiarity.
Got Damian
Familiarity
Lillard.
removes fear.
Can't
Fear
shoot,
tightens
knocked it
mechanics.
down.
Bomb stabilizes.
Shooting from a phone
You slow
booth,
your
doesn't
breathing.
matter.
Slow
13
breath slows
threes,
heart rate.
one shy
Slow
of
heart rate
tying Klay
stabilizes
Thompson's
vision.
all-time record.
Stable vision
69
sharpens focus.
back to Grant. Dame will
Shot
sprint out
focus
on the
builds
sideline to
precision.
get the rock.
Precision wins games.
High dribble,
You do not rush
into the lane,
shot.
running
You do
right-hander,
not force
up
the
and
pass.
in.
You do
Damian
not
Lillard.
panic the possession.
With that
You
run.
simplify. One read. One move. One release. Simplicity in chaos is mastery. Chaos overwhelms the unprepared. You are prepared. Preparation eliminates doubt. Doubt creates hesitation. Hesitation ruins timing. Timing defines clutch. You trust your footwork. You trust your conditioning. You trust your repetition. Repetition built the moment. The moment does not surprise you. You have been here before. In empty gyms, in silent workouts, in imagined scenarios. You do not hope to make it. You expect to execute. Expectation shapes mechanics. Expectation shapes posture. Expectation shapes energy. You stand taller in the fourth quarter. You breathe deeper. You think clearer. You speak less. Silence sharpens focus. You do not chase glory. You claim responsibility. Responsibility builds leadership. Leadership builds belief. Belief spreads across teammates. When your leader is certain, the team settles. Settled teams execute. Execution wins. You do not measure yourself by applause. You measure yourself by preparation. Preparation is your safety net. Preparation is your armor. Armor blocks pressure. Pressure becomes opportunity. Opportunity becomes history. You embrace the last shot because you trained for it. You do not flinch when doubled. You read. You react. You decide. Decision speed builds authority. Authority builds intimidation. Intimidation creates space. Space creates rhythm. Rhythm creates release. Release creates legacy. Now say this internally. I slow the moment. I trust my preparation. I breathe through pressure. I simplify chaos. I expand my range. I embrace responsibility. I execute without hesitation. I expect success. I own the fourth quarter because clutch is not emotion. It is identity. It is routine under lights. It is calm under noise. It is belief under doubt. You do not shrink when it matters. You expand. You do not hope. You execute. You do not wait. You decide. Because the clock does not scare you. It sharpens you. And the moment belongs to you. Your mindset is your edge.